In previous session, I have shown you the diagram of array of nested structure. Here I will show you how to initialize that array of nested structure, namely ch003, and after that I will show you how to access the elements or members of this array of nested structure. Now let us initialize the first element of the array, that is ch010. So here I have initialized the first element. After that I have initialized the second element of the array of nested structure, and lastly third element I have initialized. Okay, now let us observe the for loop. Here I want to display the contents of the members of the elements of the array. Okay, now let us see servant I.name. What is the meaning of this one? Remember that here in the for loop I varies from 0 to 3 or 0 to 2. Okay, so there are three elements of the array. When I is equal to 0, will display the first contents of the first element of the array. When I is equal to 1, will display contents of servant 1, and when I is equal to 2, will display contents of servant 2. Okay, now let us see the case when I is equal to 0. When I is equal to 0, here this becomes servant 0 dot name. So we are accessing the member of first element of the array. So let us see the diagram. Now you see the name is the array, character array, where we store the name of the person. Now using diagram, you see this is the name array. This is the first member of the first element of the array. Now how to access this one? Servant 0 dot name. Clear? After that we'll access second element, second member, servant 0 dot pinfo dot address dot house number. So you see, I'll show this one with the help of diagram. Observe it carefully. Now the diagram shows, if you want to access house number, then the way is servant 0 dot pinfo dot address dot house number. Similarly, if you want to access sector number, then we should write servant 0 dot pinfo dot addr dot sector number. If you want to access pin code, then the way is servant 0 dot pinfo dot address dot pin code. Is it clear? Now I'll show you again your program. So here we can access the members of structure addr. It's of type address, structure address. Okay, now let us see how to access the members of the structure h. We will write servant 0 dot pinfo dot h dot age. I'll show you this one also with the help of diagram. So let us see the diagram. It will take few moments because we are loading this diagram. Now see, observe carefully. If you want to access age or sex, then we should write servant 0 dot pinfo dot h dot age. If you want to access the member sex, then we should write servant 0 dot pinfo dot h dot sex. Similarly, the last field, if you want to access day, month or year, then we should write servant 0 dot pinfo dot h dot join dot day. If you want to access year, then we should write servant 0 dot pinfo dot h dot join dot year. Is it clear? Similarly for other elements of the array. Is it clear? Well, now let us see the diagram. Let us see the program. So when I is equal to 0, we can access all the members of the nested structure. When I become 1, we can access second element of the array. Now let us compile this program. And now see the output at DOS prompt. So this is the content of first element. Now press any key. So this is the content of second element of the array, that is servant 1. And if you want to see the content of servant 2, then when I is equal to 2, we'll get contents of servant 2. Is it clear? Now press any key to stop the execution of the program. Understood the working? Thank you.